There's my pretty SVRA flags as we come up to Group 10. Right now I'm looking at two-time Trans Am champion Wally Dallenbach. There's two paddocks here, Jonathan. Let's explain that down the front stretch. And he is with the Trans Am paddock, so he's got to come up and around.
Well, you can see it from here.
And he is our pole position leader as he's getting kind of pointed around right now. So you can see right there the paddock closest to us at the bottom is the Pro paddock, the bottom right. The top left is the SVRA International GT paddocks. As there he is, Benoit Bergeron. And I noticed that he got a little faster in the International GT race. And I was talking to him yesterday. He's lost quite a bit of weight since we saw him at Sebring. He's on a little bit of a diet.
Now the car or?
No, he is. He says he's drinking a lot less wine or diet wine. I'm not sure what that means.
That doesn't count.
But he's losing weight. He's looking good.
There's other ways to lose weight. you can't. No. That's not a way to lose weight. Wine. I mean, look what the Romans achieved.
That is true.
I mean, you know, were it not for wine, where would the aqueducts be?
That should be Lance Osick right there. And that is Alejandro Chawan in the 2011 Porsche GT3 Cup car, also racing with us in International GT. So Group 10 is purpose-built race cars, production-based race cars, wings and slicks, as I watch Wally Dallenbach go through. So I'm going to go through the grid right now in its starting order. Look at that. I like that. That looks like the old Bombers back in the day with the graphics that they'd put on the side of their cars. So Wally Dallenbach starting first in his 2000 Ford Mustang Cobra, followed by Mark Sandridge in that Brumos-looking Porsche 2018 Porsche 911 Tribute car. Benoit Bergeron all the way from French Canada in his Ferrari 458 Challenge car. Paul Mortimer in his 2006 Porsche GT3. Lance Osick in his 2000 Air HRP 2001 Corvette. Alejandro Chawan in his 2011 Porsche GT3 Cup car. In seventh, it's Frank Cipottini in his 1998 Chevrolet Camaro. I think he really missed out. With a name like Cipottini, he should be in a Ferrari or something, I think, or at least an Alfa. In eighth place, Alejandro Pimentel in a 2007 Porsche 997.1 Cup car. James Hammond in a 2014 Porsche 991 Cup car. Jody Miller in a 2007 Porsche GT3. Clifford Sigmund in a 2006 Dodge Charger. Stephen Davison in a 2009 Aston Martin. John Cloud in his 1993 Rusty Wallace stock car Pontiac Grand Prix. Joe Mulholland in his breathless 2013 Chevrolet Corvette. And Ed Bull in his 2003 stock car Ford Taurus. It's a crazy group out here. We've got some traction control Cup cars and Ferrari Challenge cars with some full-on GT1 Trans Am cars and some stock cars. So who is it gonna be handling versus horsepower in today's race, Group 10? What's your car, Jonathan? What's your pick?
It's a good question. Give me some more time here on this particular group.
I also like our Honda Civic Pace car. It's a good-looking car. Being driven by Ron Rigdon, our pace car driver. Stephen Davison, our 2019 GT Trans Am champion, did over 10,000 race miles in 2019 in that car with SVRA, Trans Am, and International GT.
Well, it's like I was saying earlier, I hadn't really given much thought to it, but they really do get some track time and at fantastic tracks, and each weekend they're really putting in the miles. It's great.
They can. That's Tom Pank right there bringing up the rear. He's actually doing a hardship lap because I'm just going to roast him a little bit. Tom Pank likes to find the wall at each track. And
well,
he likes to find it.
Yeah, well, if you haven't found the wall, you know, you're not really pushing, are you?
Yeah, you're not driving at the edge. So, Tom,
how do you know where the limit is unless you go to it?
Yeah, he goes to it nearly every weekend. Always puts on a good show, Tom Pank. And he's just last year at Sebring, he won in the backup to his backup car, if that says anything about him. He brings several cars because he also knows that he drives by Braille.
Yeah. There's a song about that somewhere.
So let's see, a Ferrari versus Wally Dallenbach in that 2000 Ford Mustang Cobra.
Who do you think?
I think Wally's going to take the drag race, but if you notice, he really tightens up the field. Every time he's got pole, he really brings them down tight so he can get that jump.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
Because that Ferrari should be able to outhandle him at turn 1.
All right, we're about to find out.
Look at that. I mean, that's 35 miles an hour. Wally Dallenbach, the consummate showman.
All right, here we go. And he does do just that. Wally Dallenbach, the old wise fox, steams out into the lead ahead of the Ferrari in that Mustang. And the breathless entry into 3rd place.
Holden's not lying to me.
And look at, he's already pulling away as they head downhill through the S's.
A 2-time Trans Am champion, Trans Am Rookie of the Year, and still out there racing. Great commentator with NASCAR, but he's out here with us almost every weekend racing with the Cobra Automotive and John Cloud. Lots of fun to watch.
I think he's upset the wife. I think that's what it is. She sent him out racing. She's fed up with him.
Maybe. I can understand that. It happens to my wife. She's like, when's your next race?
And then you know, huh?
Yeah.
Time to stop packing again.
That's Frank Cipottini right there in that 1998 Chevrolet Camaro up front. This is such a cool mix of cars. Like I said, it's a little bit of handling versus horsepower. And then what an honor it is to have Rusty Wallace back in his Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac being piloted right now by John Cloud. Ooh, we got smoke out of Wally's car.
No, Wally.
Pull over, Wally. That's your engine, buddy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, no. Get off the line. We don't need more oil.
No, actually, no, it's not. It's
That's tire. Oh, we might see Cobra Automotive. We might see him come into the pits here.
Yeah, he will.
We'll see. That could be the engine. That could. He's coming into the pits. Benoit Bergeron takes the lead. Frank Cipottini in second.
Well, that's a shame. He took off to an almighty start, and it's all ended very quickly, and so too coming into the pits. So the 44, having led the race, is out, and now comes the 97 also into the pits of Lance Ausek, or Orsek, whichever you prefer. So 2 cars out on the very first lap.
Not a good start. I know Wally's going to be really disappointed about that.
That's a shame.
He loves driving that car around here. And I was even talking to him yesterday in the paddock, and if everything goes right, they're planning on putting that thing out in what could be potential weather tomorrow, which could be very interesting. He's never driven that car in the rain.
And is it predicted tomorrow rain again?
It is predicted rain. We had slight drizzle. Tomorrow is supposed to be the wet. There he is. There's Rusty Wallace. That Miller Genuine Draft driven by John Cloud from the Cleveland, Ohio, Medina area. It's a good shot right there of Clifford Sigmund, who was also with us last weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as was Rusty Wallace and John Cloud. But focus in here on Benoit Bergeron, who also brought me more Canadian flags this weekend. Remember, we had our Canadian flags
that's nice of him.
Stolen 3 times at Sebring, so he brought me one that's
have you ever got to the bottom of that?
It's like a hockey jersey. I haven't. And he was also disappointed. He watched our rebroadcast and thought, if you're going to steal a Canadian flag, at least leave a note of apology. That's just the Canadian way.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a Canadian that obviously stole it.
Yeah.
Because they would have apologized.
They would have done something. But look at this. Cipottini is actually catching up to the Ferrari, which I think is, that sounds right. He definitely has the horsepower, but I think Bergeron gets him through these S's with the handling. But then if he can get a good run out of 7, look for Cipottini to possibly catch up to that Ferrari that's just within his sights as they're coming into turn 6.
But which of the circuits that the drivers prefer? This must be one of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, Road Atlanta, Mid-Ohio, Road America, Watkins Glen.
Yeah, classics,
I've had drivers in our next group. We've got a driver that's been driving here in SVRA since 1982, and nobody has ever told me they've figured out Road Atlanta or Mid-Ohio or Road America. You know, just so you have to keep coming back because you think, oh, I've just got to figure this thing out, but they can't. It's a track that I don't think even the best IMSA drivers would ever say that they've totally dialed in and figured out Road Atlanta.
Yeah, you talk to a Petit Le Mans, even a winner, and they say, no, I haven't figured it out.
Yeah. I'm going to leave the booth here in a little bit, Jonathan, because I'm going to go turn some cameras on in my favorite group. Maybe we could encourage John to come up here and do some announcing with us, because he's got a ton of experience with these small bore sports cars at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course that we will be at in June. So I'm going to step out and go turn some cameras on, but I'll be back. And we also are going to be joined by our Group 1 5-time champion, Dave Nicholas, up here to give us some color commentary.
Oh, great. Well, we'll let Ben head off into the distance, and I'll welcome back John Phippen in a moment as we continue our coverage of the Group 10 action from the first day of our speed tour here at Road Atlanta. SVRA, Trans Am, FR, and Formula 4 Americas. That's on the menu this weekend. And we're in the middle of day one of a two-day event, which is, we've just said, that is likely, potentially, to have some rain. We thought we might have some today, but not so. Well, we had a little bit of drizzle, but nothing really. Stephen Davison in his Aston Martin. Great to have that name back in Formula 1 for sure. No question about it. So we're on that Rusty Wallace car again as he drifts through the S's. It's a lot of fun, there's no question about it. And I'll see if I can coax Mr. Phippen, throw the headphones on and come join me. How are you, John? Are you having a good day?
I am having a great day.
Good. I've seen some great single-seater racing.
Absolutely, and we've got some pretty good vintage racing going on here as well.
It's nice to take the pace down now and again.
Just a little bit, yeah, just a little bit.
And it's nice that they've actually got some sunshine and a little bit of wind to race in, rather than the misty conditions we started the day in. And I wasn't too impressed to hear Ben saying it's going to rain tomorrow, but we are used to that kind of thing here.
Exactly right. It does happen from time to time in this part of the world. I'll tell you what, that battle at the front, although it's in two different classes, is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
The IGT Benoit Bergeron, who we saw in the IGT race earlier today, only about 0.3 of a second in that beautiful yellow Ferrari.
Yeah, the more time you get on track, the faster you go, right?
Right, behind that thundering Camaro of Frank Ciappatini. So we've got two similar but very disparate cars. And, James Hammond doing a great job in second place in 10 IGT. But he's some 12 seconds up the road in that Porsche 991 Cup, the 176 car. Just about 2.5 minutes remaining in this Group 10 race.
Yeah, I'd love to have a crack at some of this SVRA racing. It looks so much fun.
Absolutely. I mean, these are folks from all walks of life that just really enjoy what they're doing. And Alejandro Pimentel, as we're getting a good view of his car, as we go back to the battle at the front with Frank Ciappatini, along with Benoit Bergeron having that yellow-on-yellow battle, Camaro versus Ferrari.
Well, he's got time. Just checking if that wasn't the white flag, was it?
Not yet. No, I think maybe next time.
Okay. So that was the last
we are
lap
seeing the last lap board. Okay.
Well, Bergeron, if he's going to do it in that Ferrari 458, he's going to have to do it now as they go up the hill.
Cresting the hill there at the top of the hill, and it looks like he's going to go a
he's
little
go
wide,
for
trying
it.
to say,
There
he is.
Nicely done. Has he made it stick? No, he's going grass tracking.
He's doing a little agricultural racing now, and I think that may be his last chance.
I think that was it.
Yeah. He's probably filled the radiators full of grass clippings too, which won't do that engine any good.
I've seen mistakes like that even in Petit Le Mans. You can have mistakes like that. Let's see if he can build up and have one more crack at it.
You know, he was trying to carry a little extra speed through the top of the hill there in turn 2. It just didn't have enough to keep it on the black part, if you will. But he's down in turn 7 right now, coming into the long stretch where the speed of that Ferrari ought to play to his advantage.
So down the back straight for the last time on the final lap now, and well, Bergeron made his chance, but then lost it by he just ran out of talent mid-corner.
Down the hill in that beautiful old Camaro. Frank Chappetetti bringing it around turn 10B for the final time under the bridge. Downhill plunge to turn 12. The checkered flag awaits.
And there it is. And Bergeron did a good job of catching up after making that mistake, but I'm sure there'll be a wry smile on his face as he realizes that he had a chance to win that. Not to worry.
Second place in 10 IGT should be James Hammond. There he is across the line. Second place in GT4 to Capitini is the Stephen Davidson Aston Martin, as it's across the stripe as well to take the checkers. Alejandro Chuan in the third place 10 GT4 machine, the white Porsche GT3 Cup. Rounds out the top 5. Paul Mortimer finishing third in 10 IGT in that number 8 yellow and black Porsche GT3. Joe Mulholland in the 33 car. Another black and blue Chevy Corvette finishing 7th. John Cloud in that Rusty Wallace Pontiac Grand Prix that Ben was waxing so eloquently about. Comes across the line in 8th position. Alejandro Pimentel, we got a view of that number 57A Porsche earlier on. Comes home in 9th. Clifford Sigmund rounding out the top 10.
Take a look at the highlights then from our group action of Group 10. Beautiful day here at Road Atlanta as we take a look at the results from our feature race 1 for Group 10. Sees Frank Chappetetti in the winning situation. Benoit Bergeron had a chance but blew it at the top of the hill. James Hammond taking 3rd place. Stephen Davison in the Aston Martin taking 4th place. Alejandro Chuan in 5th place. Paul Mortimer, Joe Mulholland, John Cloud, and Alejandro Pimentel in 9th position, and Clifford Sigmund in 10th. We'll take a short break here from Road Atlanta as the sun shines here in Georgia. Join us in a few moments' time.